Ben, nice to meet you. I would like to say welcome to Norfolk, but it's Austria. I mean, just try and sum up what the last day or so has been like for you. I can imagine quite busy.
Yeah, it's been a bit chaotic for me considering the lads are all out here. We hoped I would fly out with the lads on Sunday, but medical got delayed a bit, and so I had to fly out last night. And I got here about 1 o'clock in the morning, and the gaffer said today, "Look, do you want to play a little bit just to get in your legs?" And I was like, "Go on!" And it's always nice to get on the pitch, isn't it? So and get the first game out of the way. But all the lads have made me feel welcome, and the gaffer and all the coaching staff as well, which has been good. And settling in first day. So yeah.
Have you learnt names yet? Are you at that stage? You're still learning.
There's a lot of names to learn, to be fair, so it's hard, but I'll get there by the end of the week, I think.
Well, in terms of today, I mean, I don't know what your pre-season has been like with Villa, but have you played many minutes? What was that like for you getting out there on the pitch today?
It was. Do you know what? I think pre-season you need to get as many minutes as you can, and so far, because I wasn't sure what I was doing, I haven't played too much. So I think now it's one more game before the season starts, and hopefully that will be good for my legs, and hopefully start the season strong with the team. And I think the boys have played a few games now, so everyone's getting closer to match sharpness. And yeah, I think, like I said, just get through this game on Saturday, I think, and then we'll be all right.
How big of a decision was it to move to Norwich? I'm sure people will have seen Villa, and you know you've been there for a couple of years. The development, the pathway, Premier League potential as well. Big decision to come here and commit permanently as well. So what was it about this project, this club, that made you want to do that?
Look, I said in another interview that I sat down with the gaffer and had a few calls with him, and he kind of just thoroughly went through the plan for me and the plan for the club as well. And he's got strong ambitions there, and I think that kind of enticed me to come in. It's obviously tough leaving Villa when I've been there for 4 years, and since I joined, they were kind of a relegation team, and you can see over the last 4 years they've kind of progressed into this Champions League model club, and it's always hard leaving a Champions League club when you feel like you could try and break in. But as a youngster, obviously when your team's doing so well, it's hard to kind of break in, and I think at this point I needed to do what was best for me, and I think Norwich is that step for me, and hopefully I can, like I said, I can play with Norwich, and we'll both get to the Premier League and both play there together, and that's the goal.
Your loan spells, obviously at Kilmarnock, Blackburn in the second half of last season, did that give you a taste for it, wanting to be in the first team environment and wanting to probably be closer a little bit to a first team at this stage of your career?
Yeah, 100%. I think when you're young, the best thing for you is first team minutes, and it's a valuable experience, isn't it? So I think the 2 loans I had were short loans, and I didn't play as many games as I wanted to, but it was kind of a taster to where I wanted to be, and now I'm in a place where I want to play every week and get as many minutes as I can, and that's the aim. So hopefully that will come.
I'm sure you probably had opportunities to go back out on loan, and there would have been that route if you wanted to go down it. What was it at this stage, and maybe you've touched upon it, but the want to go permanently, was it sort of everything that you've outlined there, really?
Yeah, pretty much. I think one of the main things is you want to be in a place where you know you're going to be for the next 2-3 years. I think going on loan it's great for experience, and it's great when you come back with that experience, but at the same time you want to know where you want to be for the next 2 years. And I think, or like here for a Norwich of a 4-year contract, I'm hopefully here for the next 4 years, and I can settle down and get to know the lads on a real level, and everyone here. So yeah.
You mentioned the contract there. As much as obviously about a commitment from you, it's a commitment from them, isn't it, to offer you a 4-year deal at this stage? So that must have been really nice as well for a bit of security in terms of your own development.
Oh, 100%. It's given me massive confidence. And look, Villa's a big club, but Norwich is also a big club, and I touched on briefly about the ambitions to get to the Premier League. It's a Premier League club, and when I looked around the training ground, and it's a Premier League feel. So I think it's just about getting there, isn't it? That's the main thing.
And in terms, you mentioned some of those conversations with the manager, with Ben, I'm sure as well. What was it that they were saying that was what you wanted to hear in terms of this being your next step?
Everything about the next 2-3 years. Obviously, it's a hard transition when the new manager and new coaching staff comes in. So I'm kind of in the same boat as most of the players in terms of I'm transitioning. But I think it's an exciting project they're building, and I'm just happy to be here at the start of it. And yeah, hopefully we can build together.
I think there's a few faces that you know from the England setup and whatnot. I don't know how well you know them, but is it a pretty new group to you? Is there anyone in there that you really do know quite well?
Well, it's just the lads I won the England 20s camp with recently, and I spoke to them briefly about Norwich and the club. I didn't say too much because I wasn't sure what was happening, but I just needed to know the insights, and that they're just they spoke nothing but good words about the club, which is it's always reassuring to hear. And yeah, I'll probably have a lot more chats with them, and hopefully we go to many more England camps together as well.
And just finally, you obviously got a taste of the Championship last year. How excited are you to looking ahead to a full season? Like you say, you know where you're going to be, you know what that looks like for the next year and beyond. How exciting is the challenge ahead?
Oh, so exciting. I had a little taste, obviously, to the second half of last season, which kind of gets me wanting to really push on and play as many minutes, and that's it. For me, it's kind of just about playing as many minutes, and then as a team, like we've spoke about, it's about finishing as hard as we can, and we have the quality here. I've only been here a day, but you can kind of see it. You've got the quality here to push on and be one of the best teams in the league. So that's the aim.
Brilliant stuff.
Cheers.